The silence has been broken. Finally, after 3 long years, we've got more details on what happened during one of the most influential moments in recent Golden State Warriors history. At the end of the game against the Los Angeles Clippers in November 2018, the in-game tussle between Draymond Green and Kevin Durant broke loose. In the heat of a moment, Draymond called Kevin Durant a very bad name, which obviously got him angry in the blink of an eye. Later, KD said that this moment was one of the most important ones that led to the superstar's departure to the Brooklyn Nets. Last week, the two men sat down and talked about this conflict face-to-face in an exclusive interview for the Bleacher Report, and NBA fans all around the globe had been waiting for this one for a long time. Today, we will talk about the NBA world's most influential people's reactions to this much-needed podcast. Also, I would really like to hear your opinion, as I'm very curious about what you, my dear subscribers, NBA fans, and just passing by viewers, think about the Dubs' future. Now grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy this video. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Let's keep rolling. As I have mentioned previously, this beef was really a heated one, and lots of fans around the league desperately wanted to get more details about it. However, this feud was not only interesting for fans, but was also interesting for NBA basketball analysts too, and many of them have already shared their opinions on the recent podcast. We'll start with First Take host Stephen A. Smith's opinion on the KD versus Green situation as a whole. Draymond felt like KD was out the door, and as a result of him being out the door, Draymond was frustrated. Like, wait a minute, we two-time champions here. We wanted you here. We've embraced you, and you on the court, but you got one foot out the door. You're about to leave us. And Draymond was a bit put off by that. KD's attitude is, I'm here giving you all I got to give. What you worried about? What I'm going to do with my future? I'm here now. I helped deliver 2 back-to-back titles. We about to win a third because, as they said on the podcast, if KD doesn't, like Draymond said, I think it would have been a third we'd have thrown had you not gotten hurt. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is that you players who feel it should have been left to the players, and it was ruined by how the organization elected to handle it. Stephen A's take is pretty much similar to KD's opinion, and I also feel the same way about this situation. It was a mix of frustration and loss of motivation to continue growing as a Warrior in Kevin Durant. Then, Smith shared his opinion on the podcast as a whole. My problem, and I love, again, the interview was fantastic. I'm proud of Draymond, who's got a future in this business, and I've told KD on many occasions because Draymond is a brilliant basketball player, and I don't know if anybody realizes this. Draymond is a Hall of Famer, just so y'all know. I've often told them both, especially KD, anytime KD is talking basketball to us, it's a treat, because he's going to be honest, and he knows what he is talking about. And it's really just like that. Draymond Green is a polarizing figure in basketball history, but it is foolish to deny that he is a Hall of Fame-worthy player. Also, I do think that Green might become an elite interviewer in the future with all his natural charisma, no BS attitude, and his vast basketball knowledge. Then, one of the First Take MVPs, Max Kellerman, answered the question of what kind of impact this podcast will have on KD and Green's relationship in the future. He said, that was a different kind of interview. As I said, that you see Shaq and Penny sit down 20 years later after they played, they've been retired, and then you have that kind of conversation. Not about the front office and coach while you're still on the team. What should it do to the relationship? What it should do is Steve Kerr and Bob Myers are smart, and they is strengthen the relationship. This should make things better, and it's not entirely unlike the situation with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. If they can take their egos out of it, then what's happening there in the conversation between Draymond and KD could be very instructive. It could help them get bench earlier. That's the one false note for me, was that the two of them are in a room together, and KD said flatly, that's not why I left. It's the way they handled it. This part of the interview has actually divided the fan base into 2 sides. One side believes that Steve Kerr and Bob Myers are to blame in this situation, and the other side thinks that the responsibility should be 100% on KD and Green. In my opinion, there is no right answer. I really think that KD's departure was in the works way before that, just like Draymond said in the podcast that at the beginning of the 2018-2019 NBA season, he already felt that Kevin Durant didn't see his future in a Warriors uniform. It might be that Kerr and Myers also were a part of KD's loss of motivation during his last year with the franchise. However, we'll never know. Then Max proceeded with all the positives this interview brought for the Dubs. And Steve Kerr should pay attention to this. Hey, these are two generational kind of players, enormous impact on the game and our franchise, and they're giving us the details, the blueprint. I think Max is right. Even if you don't think that Kerr and Myers are to blame for this moment in the Golden State Warriors' history, still, with stars of such caliber giving them actual hints on what is actually the team's problem, I think it will turn out to be very beneficial for the future success of the Golden team. The next pair of analysts who expressed their opinion on the interview were Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Shannon was very emotional during his speech as he said the following in response to the question about whether he thinks Myers and Kerr were responsible for KD's departure. No, I'm not buying it. I believe had KD been healthy, they would have won the title. So it wasn't like this incident caused them not to win the title or it drove a wedge between them that they became intolerable or under an unattainable situation. That's not what happened. Whatever happened to personal responsibility, personal accountability. Honestly, I do think that Shannon's take makes sense. Grown men should do what grown men do. They should resolve their conflicts by themselves. And Skip supported Shannon's words by saying the following. I hear everything you just said. I agree with every point you just made, and now I'm going to amplify because I agree times 100. For me, it was a children grow up moment because it was fascinating to me that all of a sudden we had two guys who for a while wanted to kill each other face to face on Draymond's new show, and to Draymond's credit, he broached the toughest subject possible, the most awkward subject of all, face to face without a moderator. There's nobody to referee. I'm glad to hear Skip giving Draymond praise, and I do think that he deserves it. Overall, my opinion is that this kind of interview is a revolution for the entire sports journalism industry. For the most part, such podcasts are pure treasures for fans with all the behind-the-scenes information from the most reliable sources. It would be really great to observe Green's new show growing, as there are a lot of things basketball fans would like to have a closer look at. And what is your opinion? Do you like Draymond Green as an interviewer? Do you think that Kerr and Myers are responsible for the KD-Green incident? Do you think that the Warriors could have got the three-peat that year with a healthy KD? Tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about recent NBA news. Thank you for watching.